Posting through journal is 9,000 and the correct value you receive as 1,000. So any incorrect values to be adjusted through journal only, unlike you simply remove and type it. But whereas your database like Essbase and all, they do not provide you these facilities. Also, we need to keep track of it. In accounting, you always have to track of the data, information. Any incorrect entry should be captured. And all the changes should be captured. So data auditing is very, very, very detailed level. We do that. With which data auditing feature? So we'll see a basic example of financial consolidation, a traditional consolidation and consolidation applying using accounting principle. We have called built-in reporting structure. We'll talk about this internal reporting component. And complete HFM is built on web-based technology. However, we have two clients. We'll discuss about both of them. We have desktop client and web client. Each task I'll do through two clients. Therefore, you get equal view. If you are not satisfying EPMA, if you cannot install EPMA in your environment, at least you can install classic application and do 80% activities. Next important thing, HFM is evolving as a result of high period enterprise, the old product of high period, more than a 10-year-old product. With this, you can imagine how experienced they are. They are, as a product company, they are so experienced in financial closing and consolidation. The older the product is, the mature it is, right? So the previous version did not have many compliance, and you will see in last 5 years that many compliances are coming into the industry. The world is globalized. So IFRS, International Financial Reporting Standard, generally accepted accounting principle for US, UK, all are being applied into my HFM. Financial consolidation has shown you a simple example of consolidating two expenses, Excel sheet. It could be consolidation of balance sheets, profit loss statement, cash flows, and a bottom level consolidation we do at each cost center and revenue center. Your salary, my salary, all expenses are aligned to one cost center, right? In an organization or revenue center. So each money comes in or goes out aligned with certain ID called cost center or revenue center, right? And then finally company evaluates the expenses. So how it is all being managed? This is being considered during consolidation part. Let's take another example. Suppose I have a parent company X, it has subsidiary called A. A company has this hierarchy. We have line of business. Under this we have sub line of business. And let's make it division and cost center. So I have one cost center called 11012. This cost center is specify hiring I'm sorry, I have a bad throat. Okay. So this talks about hiring expenses for North America division. And all the expenses associated to hiring is aligned to this ID, which this ID has been given to it, cost center. Similarly, I have another company called subsidiary called B. They have absolutely same structure because they fall under the same hierarchy, but they use different cost center ID, 10201, something 291. And this is also talks about same thing, hiring expenses for Asia. Asia Pacific. But when company looks at the higher view, right? They want to see the consolidated data. So when we consolidate, we need to map these two cost centers. This cost center says hiring expenses. The same kind of expenses are being captured in another subsidiary, but the cost center are different. So mapping of when acquisition happen or merger happen, the functional users also map the common chart of account at each bottommost level, level 0 member. So consolidation will happen to these two cost center. To show it, company parent level company consolidated view. The internal transactions are never being exposed to the government bodies or customers. This is all done internally. Unlike old days where the companies publish their books and just show their profit and loss statement, these days if you go to any company website and look their quarter closing report, you find they they expose most of their business activities, including their hiring process, number of employees, expenses, revenue for each line of business. Company already have a financial closing consolidation solution, but the time they spend, the efforts, the money, we give them value added service and less cost solution. So this is one of the financial closing report for one of the organization. You can see they're also capturing number of employees they hired each year, expenditure for each line of business, expenditure for BPO industry from based on geographical region, based on customer demographics, the detail level information they want to capture. And this specify me when we do financial consolidation, there would be various dimensions unlike totals, expenses for different line of business. Similarly, if you look at revenues for different costs, revenues from different line of business, you got telecom, banking sector, financial sector. So when I publish my year-end financial closing report, I do need to mention all these things. Asset-based solution, so that we can attract our investor to spend money. Talent acquisition. In the old days, during financial closing report, company do not expose their like talent acquisition, hiring process, expenses, and all these things. Now they also, in order to attract the investor, they show the number of employees they have, attrition rate, employee demographic, how many male, female they have, and all this information. So unlike your traditional consolidation, it is much more than that. This is all report they publish. So what my HFM does, my HFM assists them to create this consolidation and reporting at the end of the day by under the compliance, by following all the compliance. I'm sorry. So it's a basic formal definition of HFM we discussed. We are going in more detailed level in regular classes subsequently. It was a very brief introduction about HFM. And one more thing just I want to highlight about HFM and other traditional, multi-dimensional, other traditional financial consolidation solution. Your traditional consolidation are design of relational database. Their logical view is something like this. When they capture a transaction, any transaction, they store the information in this way. The logical view is called tabular view. Data is stored over here. Whereas HFM is sit on top of data warehousing concept. Therefore, the way data is being stored in relational table, but it's stored in ROLAP. In relational database, they store multi-dimensional view. So data in HFM is stored logically in this way. So the benefit of storing logic in cross-tabular queue format, first, we can make use of OLAP functionality. Second, we can leverage the analysis. So maybe I design financial closing consolidation report, On top of that, we need to apply business intelligence concept called financial intelligence. It is possible that you can build your structure solution on top of HFM and design high level analysis. See, look at the real problem. The problem is that the financial consolidation process is very time consuming, complicated. So people or company do not have enough time to do something extra beyond that. Nowadays we have a lot of tools and solutions. So companies are saving their time, and the resources are, they can also do the current statistics and future forecasting. Now you would be hearing that all companies have started uh, doing balance sheet forecasting. They not only want to see the balance sheet for the current year, they also want to forecast how their balance sheet may be 3 years down the line, 4 years down the line, what would be their profit and loss statement, 3 years, what would be if they, what if analysis. This all was not possible because of the complexity in the business and the difficulty associated with data consolidation. So the time they are saving, 15 days used to take consolidated data, now it takes 6 days. The remaining 6 days they can do projection of their business, the balance sheet forecasting, some common trends. So all these things are happening these days because people have all time. Therefore, in order to perform forecasting, my solution should be built on top of my underlying data source, and technological solution should allow me to peep in the future. So we design a solution on multi-dimensional format. In this way, we can not only analyze the current data, but also we can forecast future statistics. This is one way. And second, of course, the solution is relatively fast. Unlike your, the volume of data grows and therefore your solution becomes slow down. So all these things are incorporated because of the latest generation solution. Unlike your traditional financial consolidation tool, the data would be organized in multi-dimensional view in terms of cubes, subcubes. Eventually, data will land up into your relational database, but organization of data would be this. Another beautiful feature has been included called extended analysis. Naturally, when Oracle is selling everything, Oracle go to the client and say, you buy my HFM, you buy my SBA, you buy planning. There should be some sort of relationship should be exist. So they give extended analysis. HFM designed for financial closing and consolidation. But my client says, I need to forecast my business for next 10 years. And he give me so complicated level of forecasting. What if this happen? What if my product raw cost increases by 10%? How it is going to impact my balance sheet? What if my cash flow is, if the client has delayed my payment by 10 days? How my complete balance sheet and profit loss cash flow is going to impact with this? HFM is not designed to do that. So we can extend this analysis by exporting this metadata to SBase and do extended analysis. So we are not confined to only basic analysis. Basic financial consolidation you do over there, and further you can export this into SBase for extended analysis. The same company solution, naturally they build a data channel, bridges, which is your task. Where your traditional ERP solution may not be, it doesn't allow you to do all these things. So these all